Alright, hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. Good opportunity. We've done a few 120s lately with the 5-speed auto, the most common one. Good opportunity to just have a look at the final diagnostic. Excuse me, bit of C19. The final diagnostic readings, once again, typical as usual. So this way you will know what to look for, what's normal. Will only be a few minutes this time because we've covered this a little bit before, but I thought it's important so you've got some good comparisons. They're all in the injector diagnostic playlist. There's one called diagnostic. The reason we do a lot of 120s on diagnostic is because you can rely on the diagnostic of the 120 Prado. As I said, the 150 is different system. It's going to say everything's fine forever, and that could catch you out because it kind of doesn't work that way, as discussed in other videos. So as you can see, the injection volume around 6 is about right for the 120 or LC 120 Land Cruiser, 1KD FTV with the 5-speed auto that is. Okay, feedback values, whatever, they're all fine. Pilot 1, Pilot 2, usually around the 430. This one's consistent with that. Every now and then you get one that's a little bit outside of that. That's why I don't read into those too much. Let's just go down a little bit more. Let's go to the fuel pressure as well, because we've got a new suction control valve in this one. Oh, I just mucked that up. You get that. You do get that. You get that when you're getting old. Okay. What we wanted was the main injection period around the 600 mark. Beautiful. 550, 600, whatever. The timing's good. 20, 14, 2, whatever, 2.5. Let's have a quick look at the fuel pressure. As I said, you'll see about 32 to 35 being pretty normal at full operating temp with the right suction control valve, and that'll never need changing again. That's the thing about the long ones, they all wear and tear items, but some things just don't wear and tear. It's like the Toyota supply pump, the fuel pump, doesn't need replacing. Injectors, well, they're pretty bloody good once they're full DLC, but they still get some wear. They're under pretty extreme pressure. Let's have a look at the load reading, see if that's consistent. Right, so engine idle 700, the load, you know, the usual, about 11 to 12 thereabouts. So everything's beautiful. Coolant temp, this one's idling a little bit warmer than they do, so this could take a thermostat. Now, normal operating temperature is going to be fine, it's just idling a little bit high, right? So just means it's staying closed a little bit longer than it should, but it's not a big deal because once it gets to this temp, it's going to open up more anyway. Not a big problem, but you get the odd one that does this, so it's something to monitor, that's for sure. And if there's any works that get done, like changing a turbo or an engine mount or whatever's coming off to get access to that thermostat, it may be worth just throwing a thermostat in it because we can, but I wouldn't bend over backwards and go out of my way to change it, especially since we've had some out of the box that are at that sort of reading. Let's have a look at the transmission temp quickly. After a good 40-minute drive, I've been driving, about 30 minutes. There you go, 67 degrees. There's no auto cooler on this. And that's it, guys, just a quick video. See, so like I said, diagnostics, that's the numbers they should be. If you want more info, we've got longer videos. Check out our playlist. And I'm just about done and dusted with diagnostics on these 120s. And hopefully all these readings and information helps you understand your vehicle a bit more. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. Look at that, I'm just out of it, done and dusted in less than 4 minutes. See ya. I suppose that video was a bit too quick, so I thought what we'll do is we'll just come in and I'll give you a bit of a guide on things I check after we do an injector job. Right, a few checkpoints. Now we have checkpoints while we do the job as we go, so that nothing gets forgotten ever, because as far as I'm concerned, we just can't afford that. Well, we can afford it if we're talking about money, but we just can't afford the hassle, the waste of time, the inconvenience for anyone, and we just want to get it right the first time. So we've got a system in place that there's no comebacks and no muck-ups, and that's what a good long road test is all about. 20 Ks, half an hour. Okay, so one of the things, starting from the driver's side, I want to look at the back here. What I'm looking for, is there any oil leaks or any oil, whether it's fuel or oil or whatever, in case, I don't know, what could have happened. Let's just say we weren't that good at all and we accidentally, I know you can't really see what I'm looking at actually, but it's all out of focus and that, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, did we accidentally let the valve cover fall out of the cover as we put it on, or it was kinked or damaged? Maybe it had a split in it from manufacture, and with hot oil it could be running out, you know. So this is what we're looking for, stupid things. Did we remember to do up the clamp there? Does it look about tight enough? Yeah. Any oil running down the intercooler here? Any oil on the head of the valve cover? Anything down around here, this side on the valve cover? So basically this side mainly oil leaks. So the bolts in the cover for the intercooler, are the bolts in the intercooler, and you know, there's never bolts missing, of course, right? So, you know, this is plugged in, that plugged in, cover all the other bolts in the intercooler, down the front, any leaks, deterioration, any oil leaking anywhere, you know. Looking down here, you can see the nice new SCV, the nice new fuel pipes. We don't need to check if we put the clamp back in place and the backing plate, because that's what we do. You can check for the clamp on the rear fuel line if you like. There you go, let's get in there and have a look. Right, it'll be about there, I don't know, I can't even, somewhere there. I'm having a bit of a look around trying to show you, but it doesn't work. I can't see that it's there. Another important one to check is you can put your finger and just check the bolt on the e-jar cooler, make sure it's there and it's tight, because if you forget to put that in or do it up, that'll crack your e-jar cooler at the bottom pipe. We've seen that heaps of times. A number of vehicles have come in like that. Sometimes clamps, not from us, but people leaving these sort of clamps missing. That one, or on the Hiluxes, is one that goes to the dipstick. Make sure that's in place. Make sure there's no fuel leak, so you should have washed it before you went for a drive. That's why all the block down there each side of the oil cooler, right in the middle of the picture, the oil cooler is the alloy section. There's no oil or coolant or anything around there. It's all clean and dry around the oil filter. This oil filter drain hole was blocked, so it was very messy, but it's all cleaned up now. Have to charge extra for that too, or that cleaning up that mess. What was that, slab of Heineken? Anyway, yeah, because he had to clean it up, so he gets paid to clean it up. Because of course, you know, ideally that hole shouldn't be blocked. And then we give it a clean up with some degreaser and try and get the pressure washer in there. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Okay, so down around the oil filter there, it catches the oil, and there's a little drain tube. But if you drain it at the right time, generally that won't fill up, because the oil filter won't leak oil. We've covered that in our oil change video, so let's not waste time here. What else are we checking? We come around here, making sure there's no anything leaks. All the plugs are on, all the nuts and bolts, and there's no leaks, and everything looks good, and there's nothing to see here. So that's definitely a video. They're the sorts of things we're checking after the job. I'll have a little bit more of a look around, and that is definitely a bada bing, another job done. Thank you very much. Oh, last thing, last little message. If you do, it's probably too late now, but you really need to be watching on our Facebook pages, the Proto Hospital and the other one, and you'll find it all in our videos, because we do take a bit of leave now and then. We work hard, we do long days sometimes, and we take a fair break every now and then, and we're doing that at the moment. When I say at the moment, between all the work we've got booked in and then taking a break, we're taking some time off, and we're unable to attend to any further inquiries for anything whatsoever until at least the 26th of April, which is the day after Anzac Day. So thanks for watching. The videos will be regularly coming out up until that date, until they run out, of course, and we'll be back on deck then, and God help me for me to be able to keep up with all the inquiries and the work we've got to do. Thanks for your support, guys. Catch ya.